Welcome to the late night world of Call of the Night, where, well, if you can't sleep, there's a small chance of running across old friends or even a vampire. Now, success rates in the real world do vary quite substantially compared to this show. But since we've got a friend who's actually managing to sleep quite well and also vying to get him back into school, back into a somewhat normal routine and life, how's that going to interfere with his wish to be a vampire? And why exactly is he drawn so much to that life? We might need to find out, see some pretty colours, some interesting character designs, and ultimately, try to stave off sleep for as long as possible. Sounds like my kind of life. Not 4 in the afternoon. Well, great time to immediately wake up, but it's good to see that the sunlight, at least through glass, doesn't immediately affect her. What exactly downfalls are there of being a vampire, then? Considering that his life hasn't really changed all too much, apart from actually just having some more people talking to and occasionally losing a bit of blood. What are the views of other people going to be should they actually find out about his current predicament in life? Small things that I want to find out. Does anyone actually give a shit? Does he actually know anyone else? When it comes to his romance and trying to become a vampire, is that path going to be slightly more difficult than he imagined with the advent of more people in it? Ah, can't sleep? Play some games. Ah, which means you're about to fuck up because you've said it out loud. Stupid game. Well, nothing else to do. I guess let's do another race. If she's scheduling stuff for, what do you mean out? To be fair, I had a delivery that said, "Oh, we couldn't reach you. You were away." And he put that note through the door without ringing or knocking or anything. And I knew because I was on the other side of the door waiting for him. What, you're only just thinking of this? How long have you been living as a vampire? In the next 30 minutes, you see. What a what an amazing deal. Shopping channels. Hopefully you've got something else to watch. She doesn't know what to do with herself anymore. Well, welcome to the workforce on the trip home. Is anyone particularly happy? Making a new friend there. A No, don't leave the cat now. I need to wash your hands now, at least. Good thing there's actually places you can do that around parks and the like. More or less. Well, making sure that it's not stolen, for one thing. I think, if it goes off, is she going to be more than annoyed if it doesn't, though? Fair enough of letting her hair down. Slightly annoying. It definitely beeped. She didn't have time to fix her hair up again. She's trying out new styles. That's some heavy breathing there. Well, he's just made. Well, maybe she has just made the evening slightly awkward. But I do like then you've got characters having a different outfit, different hairstyle, trying out something new. I mean, she didn't have to. So she's dragging him back so that she can finish her bath there. He feels somewhat restless. Ah, like shower thoughts and the like. What kind of life lessons he contemplating while in there? Hmm. The amount of times he's looking in the mirrors and reflections there. Has he thought about how that would change? He's a little more attentive, shall we say. He's seen her in another new light. A simple change in attitude or hairstyle throws everything off, doesn't it? Maybe his journey to being a vampire isn't too far off. Oh, she's having the time of her life while he's having some personal reflection and inner monologues. Something like that. It might taste a bit funny. Out here on the street, his sense of shame has gone out the window. I mean, there's less blood flowing to certain areas, definitely. It's weirdly kind of parasitic in the fact that he's losing a lot of blood. But at least he's enjoying it. And what in What could that entail? Will he be able to have a normal relationship outside of vampires? There's no stopping now, is there? Also, is she getting the same spot each time, or are there going to be lots of little pinprick scars around? Yeah, she might not want to grip onto him so tightly then. There might be some noise complaints soon. What kind of place? Was the bloom and light for pretty much all of the backgrounds throughout this is is fun. I like the art style of it all. Said it before. Who's paying for this, by the way? Dragging him along to such a place. Good question. What kind of tastes well, what kind of flavors in the blood is there for confusion, lust, maybe? I wonder if general anxiousness is slightly bitter. The thing is, it's going about it kind of wrong. You don't have the aim of falling in love, do you? It just kind of happens. If you go and forcing yourself, it's slightly odd. It's a different meal every night, although the same subtaste constantly. So, as soon as he gets a better grip of his emotions and all these feelings start to dial down a bit, she's gonna get bored. Hmm. Also, don't allow him to respond. And I just thought, if he does, if he does, cost, if he does transform into a vampire through the means of falling in love, not the damn shopping channels, um, then they're gonna have to find a new food source. Or can vampires feed on each other? That would seem a bit counterproductive if that's possible. Why would you want to? Why would you want to watch that? Some things are better left unsaid. Considering, uh, just straight out and says it out loud. I was going to think that does she even remember? I mean, the closer it gets with him feeling that the drinking of blood is more like copulation, yeah, I can see why you definitely wouldn't want to hear. It's tricking people into giving their blood. Has she ever been a bit too indulgent and drained someone completely? The vampire... Professional cuddler, you say? Definitely nothing untoward about that. What are the rates that she was charging as well? Oh god. I dread to think what the optional things are then. I really wish he didn't put so much deep breath into that voice line. I believe him. Well, I wonder what flavours he's got now running through his veins. Eyes down, keep things above board. And how well or how good is she at actually giving massages? Does she know what she's doing? Ah, okay. It's not like the old days, vampires of old, where you just abduct people in the night, drain them of all their blood. I mean, the fact that getting jealous over her drinking blood from others is making him jealous is, well, probably easier to understand than it really should be. I'm wondering why. You got the what lines she's fortune telling now, or and what's the difference between oxygenated and non-oxygenated blood? If he improves his circulation, is this just her showing just how much effort she's actually put into all of this, or is it all bullshit? She's just making up on the spot. If there is a pressure point there, you can just would be quite useful. How many times is it going to be? She's insatiable. Ruining the meal there. Is she ever going to get the deliveries as well? Oh, she's had enough for one day. How are you gonna? Sorry, wrong address. Was he going to be the like administration and receptionist now? But also, hmm, how long does it take to answer a door? How long has she been standing out there? Nah, I'm good. Well, she'll come back when. Apparently not. She seems tired. How exactly is being forced into things again on a whim? How is this? Does she have a business license? What about taxes? Are they being paid? Maybe because certain wings of the government should be made. Good thing that he's not so easily to be persuaded. Otherwise, some court cases might be brought up against them. That's how she can afford such luxuries like this Son PlayStation. Hmm. I mean, yeah, they can't constantly spend their evenings in fun places if you don't have any money. But going straight into the guilt trip, please, I can only rely on you. That's not a lot. How hard up is he for money as well? She taught him everything she knows. If he was attentive, he would have picked up on a few things himself. See, the monetary aspect of it was quite appealing to him. A whole 2,000 yen. You know, I don't think this is a fully above the board business relationship. Also, if she has this massaging cuddle business, whatever you want to call it, I'm not judging. Does she pay for marketing? Or is it just like a couple of flyers in windows and a board outside the house? The idea that we're getting a little bit more of her life outside of just roaming the streets and being a vampire, actually trying to gain some money because you know how important it is. How many business ventures has she actually attempted throughout the years? Sure, there's some better way of obtaining money legally than this. But I guess working from her own home doesn't have to go far. And really, Nazuna-chan's direct nature, telling him, oh no, it's not entirely for no benefit. We can spend some more time at hotels and the like if you actually help out. I need the business. If that doesn't convince you, how about some money? No, still not enough. Really laying on the like guilt trips and other forms of persuasiveness. I can only imagine, though, with the thoughts running through people's heads if they learn that he's skipping school so that he can work in a masseuse business. And honestly, if you're just actually trying to get some money here and run a reputable business where you actually get repeat custom, I don't think luring in extra help and hires by saying you can touch their body is a great sales technique. You'd probably get a few people actually interested in having a interview and trying to work it, but they're probably the exact people you do not want touching you. And that's coming from a business where you had a rather exuberant vampire. So, kind of goes to show how bad that would be if you're actually working up against someone who takes nutrition from drinking someone's life fluid. But as far as it comes for her point of view, getting out of work to sit and play games, I can get fully behind that. Probably too much behind that because, well, let's not think too much about my past, and definitely not about pretty much my entire school life where I did no homework or studying. But I did get quite good at Crash Bandicoot. So, it all evens out. But one thing that I didn't quite expect to see, but now that I'm thinking about it, why wouldn't there be? Just getting to be able to see a part of her routines. Waking up at, relatively early afternoon. What is there to do? Let's play some games, let's go out for a bath. Gotta while away the hours until she actually gets that little transceiver phone call. How much of her life now is revolved around wanting to meet up with him? It's pretty a good sign if he wants to end up falling in love with her, to be fair. Actually wanting to spend time together might be a good sign. And I know what some of you are thinking, and yes, actually, I am somewhat good at giving massages. I actually had to self-teach. Not in the same respect that she's doing, I didn't think about opening a business. But no, there's no way in hell that you'll see me in that work uniform. Definitely not. But if you want to make a convincing case for it, maybe head over to my Discord or even Patreon. Just like her business, I need to survive as well. But, thankfully, not on the nectar from the neck. It's a bit too irony for my taste. I would like to see more of her backstory, her past and history. Maybe not to the detriment of him and thinking about things that he might not want to actually hear. But what a vampire has done throughout the years would be interesting. But we have so far to go. Hopefully you'll be there to see it as well. If you're enjoying Call of the Night, consider letting me know. If you too would also like to ignore everything, play some games instead of actually doing anything of value or being productive, well, I wouldn't blame you, but there's anime to watch, so consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss the next episode. But for now, get yourselves a bit of rest, so I can see you in the next one.